Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well. Just a quick one, packed with work, but I thought I'd just come on. I was scrolling through some stuff this afternoon and thought we may as well talk about it. But hope you're all well. Like I said, this is going to be a quick one, just covering the latest news. Don't forget, we put out the Premier League predictions video earlier to go over and check out what we all think about the predictions for what's going to be really weird because it starts on Saturday and don't finish until a week on Monday for game week 26. So it is what it is with teams away on sort of split leave, winter leave and whatever else. So anyway, let me get back and see who is on. Kamal Dwight, hi guys. Messi to City. Messi ready to leave Barcelona to join his local club in Argentina, says Gav Swindon. Got to love our yearly rumour where Messi is unhappy at Barca. I think this time, honestly, I think he really is unhappy. Whether it'll come to City or not, who knows? You'd think they get bored of the same clickbait stories. Phil, how many times do we have to hear this drivel about Messi? When will we learn that this is done to get him a new contract? I don't think it is. He only signed one last year. So I don't think it's anything to do with a contract, I'll be honest with you. I think he's really unhappy with things at Barca. The early Messi Isco rumours, yeah. Messi is, whatever you want to call that. Yo, Barca, you want any of our players, we'll swap you for Messi. Let's be honest, never going to happen. We'd like Messi and Lenglet and we'll give them John Stones. Brotismo, just saying if Messi comes, Sane will surely want to stay and play with him. Not only just Sane, but I'm sure Pep Guardiola definitely stay, even if he doesn't anyway. Sane would have no choice of getting in the team if we have Messi. Voice of the North says, any more news on the new Brazilian wonder kid we're in talks with? Andy Yankuto, 17-year rabbit. Did it on him the other day, mate. Did a video on him 4 or 5 days ago on one of the vlogs, spoke about him. But nothing will happen until the summer. But City are very interested. I think City have offered the most money. I think 6 million plus 6 million in euros in add-ons, which is much higher than the, I don't know what it was, 4.5 million, if I remember rightly. I can't remember now the figures that I said on the vlog. I think it was 4.5 million. The likes of Barca and a few others had offered. City had offered 6 million euro plus 6 million in add-ons. So I don't think anything's going to happen at the moment. I think it all depends. Will he sign a contract, a professional contract, and will that pump his price up? It wouldn't surprise me if that happens come the summer, and suddenly we're looking at sort of 20, 30 million euro for him, for a kid who probably would go on loan anyway, wouldn't get a work permit, if I'm being honest. Well, actually, who knows? Well, maybe not in the summer. Maybe if it was the following year with Brexit and everything else, who knows the way the work permit deals would happen. And that's another thing that we'll no doubt discuss in the near future with the whole Brexit thing and what's going to happen then. More chance of signing Lionel Richie than Lionel Messi. Section Lionel Richie to be penalty taker. It can't be as bad as what we got at the moment. That's the way it should be. I definitely didn't laugh at that for your information. Voice of the North, best penalty takers wherever we had with Yaya Balotelli and James Milner. Lionel Richie to take penalties on. Blue Moon 2020, very good. I like it. Our daily, just a quick one. It is definitely a quick one. I've got stuff to do. That was funny. That was very funny. Right, okay. Well, we may as well start off with him, seeing as though everyone's talking about him. And that, as you can see on the thumb, that is Lionel Messi on there. We're going to quickly talk about Leroy Sane, Cancelo. We'll talk about Joe Rodon, and we'll also talk about a young kid, the goal machine called Luca, I think it's Reisch, who's Austrian, is currently playing in the Bundesliga, and City are showing a lot of interest in him. So first off, let's talk about Lionel Messi. Well, we may as well talk about it. It's been reported in lots of different outlets today, but I think the whole thing really has come from the fact that Messi is really, really annoyed with everything that's going on at at Barcelona, and whether there's any truth in it or not, we'll wait and actually see. But you know, obviously that there's the likes of Eric Abidal, a Barca legend, who is the sporting director of Barcelona, and basically he's. I don't think people. I don't know. It's unusual because I don't think. I don't think people are too impressed with him, or certainly some of the players are impressed with him at Barcelona. Just looking through some of the articles today, it says that Barcelona have been plunged into crisis with an ongoing feud behind the scenes. Messi, his contract expires this summer and he's fed up with the hierarchy. I thought he signed one last year by all accounts, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he refused to. Sporting director Eric Abidal could go after annoying Messi in an interview. President Josep Maria Bartomeu is also on the brink with elections inevitable. And Dembele continues to haunt the club with yet another long-term injury. And they're basically saying that under pressure president being forced into early elections this summer, and one £100 million winger who has only ever played 10 complete games since his signing. Barcelona is a club in crisis with Messi, Eric Abidal and Bartomeu at war, and Ousmane Dembele once again on the treatment table. I don't think Messi's too impressed with what's going on. Apparently, rumours are that Messi has a contract until 2021. So he has another year to go, and he can walk away on a free. I think basically if City were to come in the summer, let's face it, it's we'd have to pay still an extortionate amount of money to get him. But yeah, it's one of those things. The article says that the build-up of frustrations over the failure to sign Neymar last summer and the failure to sign a single forward in January to replace long-term injury casualty Luis Suarez, plus the bungled attempts to bring Xavi back, came to a head on Tuesday when Messi read an interview with sporting director Eric Abidal in which he felt the players were being blamed for the chaos. This is not the first time Messi has spoken out publicly lately against those that run the club. Only a few years ago, director Javier Foss made comments about the frequency of Messi's contract renewals. Messi responded, "Mr. Foss is someone who knows nothing about football and who tries to run Barcelona as if it were a business. It is not." And then Foss was gone. Apparently, Bartomeu has called a meeting with Abidal on Wednesday, and he could go the same way as Foss. The problems off the pitch are affecting Messi, who's been a subdued figure during the games at times this season, and leaks from around the Joan Camper training ground suggest an uncomfortable distance has opened up between him and at least one of his teammates. Dario AS reported an altercation last Tuesday between two high-profile players, and the famous Barca pre-game huddle has since disappeared prior to kick-off. The number one job for the directors at Barca is to keep Messi happy, and they're certainly not doing that. Obviously, there's issues with Abidal and Messi. Both were teammates at Barcelona, and he claimed in this week's interview that Xavi was never offered the coach's job after Valverde was sacked. This felt like an attempt to cover up the fact that Barca were turned down by both Xavi and Ronald Koeman before they offered the job to Quique Setien, but it has convinced nobody amongst the playing staff. It will be a shame if there's no mending of the Abidal-Messi relationship. He was a teammate of Messi's between 2007 and 13 in a dressing room that won so much under Pep Guardiola. Now, where that takes Messi, who knows? Would he leave it? Would he leave Barca? I very much doubt it. I'll be honest with you. I really do doubt it. But it's just been one thing after another in the last 18 months, 2 years with Messi. There's been the contract talks, which maybe he didn't sign it. The rumours were that he was signing an extension last year. Clearly he hasn't. If they're saying 2021 is when his contract runs out. Is he still a world-class player? Absolutely. Is he at the wrong end of the age spectrum? Absolutely. Would it be an absolute coup for Man City to get him? Absolutely. You think of the promotional income from having the likes of the world's best ever player, Lionel Messi, at Manchester City for a year or two would be phenomenal. I mean, you have to forget the playing side of it because Messi is phenomenal. There's no doubt about it. Regardless of what some of you guys might think or others, he is still a phenomenal player. Can he do it in the Premier League? Who knows? He's done it against plenty of Premier League clubs in the past and probably still will in the future. But I think it'll be more of a business appointment should Man City even have a sniff at getting Lionel Messi. The income that it would generate would just be his wages, everything else would be covered. His sponsors would cover money, his wages, and I mean, it'd just be an absolute coup. Whether it'll happen or not, who knows? But we're just bringing you what's being said out there. So back to what's being said on here. Lionel Richie's penalty taker. I still love that one. Blue Moon 2020. Lionel Richie to take penalties all night long. Daily, just a quick one. It is. Yeah, Keith Curl, get him in from Nottingham on Pens. The expected squad for the West Ham match. We're going to do previews on that. So it's only Wednesday. The game's not till Sunday. We'll be doing previews with West Ham channels, fan channels. So we'll do all that at a later date because that's 3-4 days away. The only real goal machine is Eric brought My Buy and Spirit Animal. Don't know what that means, mate. You on the lash or something, Ryan? But I know what you mean. He came on as a sub last night. Scored again, didn't he? Messi got to be ready for West Ham. Afternoon, I'm in a messy mood, covered in paint. Says Martin, boys and all, Jesus never going to get anywhere near Sergio's level. No, I don't think he is, and might have to play out on the left for the next 12 months at least. Don't worry, Andy Messi is going to the Real Blues Everton. Oh, your dreams. Ryan Corey, from what I know, Abidal is very poor at what he does. They need to stop doing stuff with old players because they all seem to do badly. They had the La Masia coach they had to sack because he was a nutter. Can't remember what player it was. Boyce, couldn't agree more. Martin, on way to daughter's parents' evening, so in and out, guys. Apologies. Good luck with that tonight. Ryan, get Cal in at Barca. He impressed during his 9-month stint managing Norwich before getting sacked because he sucks. I can only assume that's on FIFA or something like that. I'd rather have a younger promising player than Messi. Ryan, it was a traumatic moment. Messi fee wage set to UEFA FFP. It's not happening, guys. Listen, you know what? A lot of that stuff would be covered. I agree with the FFP stuff. Definitely FFP is an issue for me. I still think it's an issue. And we'll learn in the next week what's going to happen with that. But when you bring in a player who is the best player in world football, probably the greatest among some, as the greatest player ever to play the game, what that brings is endorsements, sponsorships, things. That is phenomenal amount of income. Phenomenal. So to do that and offset Messi's wages for 2-3 years, it might even mean we keep Pep Guardiola for 2-3 more years. So it's not just about the playing side of it. You know, I agree with you guys that, you know, he's coming to the end of his career, but I'm talking about, would it make financial sense to bring somebody in like that? Of course it would. Absolutely. Not only that, you know, it puts the profile of the club 10 steps further. You've got the best player ever to play the game potentially at Manchester City. Now, will it happen? I very much doubt it. But I'm not looking at it from a football point of view. I'm looking at it from a financial point of view, and it makes sense. Whether he'll come, I doubt it. Martin, too old now. We're not talking about football. We're not talking about football, Martin. After his Norwich sacking, Mr. Blundell going on about FIFA stuff. If he's going to a City club it'll be New York, I doubt it. Martin, Messi is still the second best player on earth. Calm down. Yeah, right. Messi ain't as young as me. Too old yet. He's the best player in the world by a distance. Yep. Erling over any other footballer, not in the debate. Luke Johnson, rumours about lots of potential signings. We only need one centre back. Apart from that, we need to trust in youth. Garcia has potential to be a starter, but won't happen with signings. Ronaldo is the greatest ever. No chance, Carl Blundell. Absolutely no chance. Is Ronaldo better than Messi? We should play Jaden Braff. He plays so well. Yeah, it's easy. I mean, anyone can just look good in academy games. It's so easy to just pick somebody who did really well. Remember, let's think of some of the players who looked really good in the academy level. You had Angelino looking really, really good in the academy team. You also had the likes of Maffeo looking really good in the academy team. Went off. Guy's career has fallen off a cliff in Spain, even though Messi said he was the best defender ever to mark him. You've got goals going in left, right, and centre in the academy team by young kids. We've seen many of them in Chem at Celtic, scoring goals for fun. We've seen loads and loads of exceptionally gifted, talented kids in academy level. The step up from academy to real football is massive, absolutely massive. And just because they play well and shine at academy level doesn't mean to say they'll make the transition into first team football. It's a huge gulf, absolutely huge. And you only have to look at Foden. Yes, people will quote Sancho and things like that. And Sancho's done extremely well going to Dortmund. But if Sancho didn't want to stay around, it's doing it in the Bundesliga. A bit of a difference doing it in the Premier League. Why didn't he, when Pep wanted him to stay and get game time at City and offered him a load of money, why did he want to go to the Bundesliga? Clearly, because most weeks it's a far easier league, a far less competitive league. So I don't buy into this. Somebody looks good in the academy team, so we should just put them straight through into the into the first team. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Messi bottled World Cup second game versus Liverpool. Oh, God, Jesus. No, Messi is better than Ronaldo. Give him a chance to train with the first team. How do you know he's not training with the first team? Pep has a load of the academy kids, Luke Johnson, around the first team all the time. Not just the ones like Garcia, Howard Taylor-Bellis and Foden. He has loads of the academy teams training with the first team, has done for the last 12, 18 months. So, Braff is probably training with the first team as well. So he's seeing him on a daily basis. But to claim he should be given a chance in the first team squad, when Phil Foden can't even get a regular game time? No, it's nonsensical. Sancho was an anomaly. He was. I think UEFA FFP will cap our transfer spending for 2 transfer windows and finals rather than banners, and we can overturn a CAS hearing. I mean, I think there is a possibility, Voice of the North. I definitely think there's a possibility of something like that happening. But as you claim there, City will definitely go straight back to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, and they'll immediately put an appeal into it if there's any action brought against City. But I do think there might be something. Only 2 youth players have taken the chance to make it at the top, Foden and Garcia, no one else. Most youth players couldn't play on the Championship, never mind the Premier League. Bring back Jerry Creaney and Buster for me. Martin says, Massive Fan TV, bingo, anyone? Well, it is for you. Right, on to the next one. And that is, we're going to talk quickly about Leroy Sane. Well, obviously, there's lots of chatter around about Leroy Sane, and has been since he's returned back to training with Manchester City. Now, with regards to Leroy Sane, let's just see what loads of articles about him today. And basically it says that, and I'll sum this up fairly quickly, Juventus are thinking about making a move for Man City winger Leroy Sane. The Germany international has long been a target for Bayern, who were eyeing him up before he suffered a serious knee injury during the Community Shield. And there have been suggestions that Bayern will be backing for him in the summer, but they may face competition from elsewhere in Europe. According to the Italian outlet, there you go, Martin, Calcio Mercato, Juventus have been monitoring his recovery from injury. Sane is on the cusp of returning to the team at City, and the Italian champions are likely to keep an eye on his progress. They will then look into whether it's worth signing Sane in the summer transfer window. Bayern's move for Sane stalled recently, and he decided to leave his agency Footwork Management Limited, which is run by David Beckham, and he's now moved on to Lian Sports. But the notice period around his departure means they cannot conduct official negotiations on Sane's part for 3 months, which means they can do business from April the 1st. So there's no official legal reasons how his new agents can negotiate on his behalf officially and legally. But German newspaper Bild have reported that Sane was not happy with the work of agent Dave Gardner, as he felt he had not established relationships with City or Bayern. The 24-year-old was thought to be keen on a move to Bayern when the opportunity arose, but the report does not go into whether he'd be interested in a switch to Juventus. So, yeah, he can. So there you go. So his new agency cannot negotiate on behalf for 3 months. This Lian Sport. So no official negotiations can occur until the 1st of April on behalf of Leroy Sane and his agents. But you know what football's like, no doubt there will be things in the background speaking about it. So we'll have to wait and see on Sane, but it just shows you that Juve possibly will also be looking into the chance of signing Leroy Sane. So let me just quickly go back and take a look at any new comments before I move on. Look, acquires with work. I may sound stupid, but I think we need a transfer ban after we sign a centre-back. Need to find our best team players. Yeah, you sound stupid, Luke. Sorry, mate. Not Leroy, get on board with him now. Luke, are you crazy? Aguero and Ferner only have 1 more season, 2 at best left. Who's going to replace them? I'm causing trouble here, getting my own back. Yeah, well, we'll get our own back. So stop causing trouble and go and train with the kids for a bit. Spurs are planning Lamella and 15 million for him. Oh, God, are you still here? I keep removing you. You must be coming back. I don't know why. You're a pain in the ass. You're like you're like a cockroach. Just no killing you. If I was Pep, I'd tell Sane, you ain't playing unless you sign a contract. Why should we play him? It's about the team, mate. George, Lamella is bad. Richarlison is 1.5 billion times better. Superior being like Sane, but just need to get biggest wad we can for him. I don't think what's between his ears is ideal. I'd sell Sterling too. Yeah, a number of City fans saying that Superior being George, why are you back? Give up, you sad little boy. Yeah, I tried to block him yesterday, and he's back. He's like a cockroach. Keep surviving. Luke Johnson, Sane's our most talented winger, naturally gifted like Mahrez, and has a solid left foot. Needs to try and put a release clause if he does. Re-sign. Oh, there'll definitely be a release clause without a shadow of a doubt. No doubt about that whatsoever. Looked like no one wanted anything to do with him in the training clips on City's website. Spoiled kid. Well done. You won your first trophy since God knows when beating us. I think you're talking about George there. Richarlison is better than Lamella. I'm an Everton fan. Ray J, I really like Sane, but if he was worth more, I think Pep would authorise it. Looks like Bayern are re-evaluating. It does, Ray J 737, you spot on. It does look like they're having second thoughts. Thought this Whopper got banned yesterday. Yeah, so did I. Lankow, can we just let the players play football and wait until at least April, May, before we talk about transfers? We've just finished the window. Well, all right, we'll just talk about nothing then today. Then we're just giving you the news, mate. So if you don't want a live log each day, or updates on what's being spoken about, then maybe we should just stick with match days and do nothing all week. Yes, Martin is gone. Celebration time. Play nice now. Well, no. If you're cheeky, you're going to go in there just like everyone else. One thing is for sure is that in Man City team, there is a lot of misunderstanding between the players. He's coming back, same name, different Google account. Yeah, well, he's gone anyway. That one's gone, so we'll have to keep changing his Google account. But anyway, on to the next one we're going to quickly talk about, and that is Cancelo. And that is another article talking about City ready to let the Joao Cancelo leave in the summer, with Inter Milan and Bayern Munich keen on signing the struggling fullback. City are ready to offload flop. They're using him as a flop. Joao Cancelo this summer, according to, of all the places, the Sun newspaper. Tottenham will link with a move in January for the 25-year-old. That I very much doubt. Cancelo joined from Juventus for 27 million, they claim, plus Danilo as a 34 million make weight. God, that's gone up. So that's gone up to 51 million now. Has been second choice for Guardiola behind Kyle Walker. His former club Milan and Bayern Munich are among a number of top European clubs ready to make a move for his signature. And Etihad source, there you go, said there's already been a lot of murmuring he can leave if he wants. It hasn't quite worked out so far. He has a young family, and the interest from clubs on the continent already has him considering his long-term future. He was initially playing catch-up on his fitness, but his scratchy performances have left the jury out, and it's not looking good for him. I think that's a little bit harsh, even though I've certainly not been his biggest fan, and didn't think we should have purchased him in the when we did in last summer. I didn't think it was the sort of signing we needed. I would much rather have kept Danilo, even though Danilo wanted assurances of his first team starting place, which Pep couldn't give him with Walker in the team. But I thought it was a nonsensical signing when we certainly needed a centre-back. So it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if Cancelo is pretty unhappy at City at the moment. Because let's face it, his form is scratchy. I'd use that word. One decent game, 3 average games, 1 good game, 2 crap games, and it's a bit like that with him. Yes, he possibly needs another 12 months, but will City stick around? I just think it was a poor deal. I think it was one of those, a Mangala type of thing. It was just a poor purchase, in my opinion. Bad bit of business, but we'll wait and see what happens in the summer. Right, moving on to this next tiny little bit of news. And according to reports, City are tracking Swansea's highly rated centre-half, Joe Rodon. Now, I must admit, I know absolutely nothing about him. It says City are monitoring Swansea's highly rated centre-back, Joe Rodon. The 22-year-old Welsh international has returned to Steve Cooper's starting lineup in recent weeks after recovering from an ankle injury that sidelined him since October. City want 2 centre-backs in the summer and remain keen on Leicester's Ben Chilwell as well. Rodon is 6'4", tall yet composed on the ball, and his style has attracted the attention of top-flight sides and earned him recognition from the national team manager Ryan Giggs, who gave him his Wales debut in September. Bournemouth, Everton, Leicester, Chelsea and Arsenal have all watched Rodon over the past 18 months after he broke into Swansea's first team under previous manager Graham Potter. He's also likely to be part of Giggs' squad for the friendlies coming up against Austria and the USA. He's been compared to John Stones. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Who's clearly dropped out of favour at City. And City scouts have recognised his potential and will continue to check his progress, aware that they face competition from other Premier League sides. So, I don't know. We'll wait and see. It says Benfica's 20-year-old Florentino Luis, who was subject of an offer from AC Milan last week, is another defensive midfielder that City have watched and admire as a potential successor to Fernandinho. Well, I thought that's what Rodri is there for. They bring up these, it's like, well, Florentino Luis is 20. We've done something on him about 3-4 months ago on one of the live vlogs. But if he's a potential replacement for Fernandinho, well, what the hell did we spend £54 million on Rodri for? It doesn't make sense to me. It just absolutely doesn't. But anyway, that's Joe Rodon. Know absolutely nothing about him. So if somebody knows much about him, great. Let us know. Hi all, it's Kiam. How are we all? What a liar. What an absolute... For lying, you're going now. Sorry. Harry Hancock, I do apologise. I didn't mean to remove yours. I meant to remove this, cheeky sods. Mingy Wong, hello Andy and Kiam. It's not Kiam. It's definitely not Kiam. Hello Andy. Yes, Martin is gone twice now. This is a good day. Clearly not Kiam. It's not Kiam. It is Kiam. It's not Kiam. Kiam wouldn't post under the Man City Fan TV. It's you. You shouldn't have been cheeky. You shouldn't have been winding people up so you can go. For God's sake, Martin says, Cal, Cancelo is a waste of money. Ship him off to Italy or Germany. I don't rate him. He is good attacking, but lacks any defensive qualities. Said it in my review of Cancelo in the summer when there were talks on it, go over, and I said all of these things and said that 3 different analysts said all the same thing. Not bad going forward, can't defend. Cancelo, never a defender. That's the most Martin thing you could say. We heard Martin is going on holiday next month, which is good news. Fair play, says Harry Hancock. Yeah, I do apologise, mate. I didn't mean to remove yours. Please, even with Messi, we'd be 22 points behind. Pep got summer wrong. Well, I don't know whether Pep did, but, you know, I don't think you can blame it, Sergeant Awesome, just on Pep. Pep's the one who recommends Cheeky and Ferrana, the people who buy. All being nasty to poor Martin today. Yes. Why is Martin banned? He's not banned. We're just removing his messages. He was being a bit cheeky, Gav Swindon, earlier, winding people up. And he claimed he wouldn't be banned. He wouldn't be removed or timed out, and we're just playing with him. So we're not being nasty. He's got to learn not to be cheeky. Carl Dale Martin's like a lost puppy. Let go. Come back. Let it go. Come back. His first season at least needs another season. If we go off someone's first season when Ferno, yeah, I mean, good point. I mean, I said he probably needs another 12 months. Whether he'll get it, whether he wants it, and that's the other thing. Whether he actually wants it is another one. Money-making signing. Carl will be taking over at Everton next year. We need to consolidate our full-backs, although I like him. I am glad Angelino went alone. Bravo and Otta probably need to go. Need a backup keeper and 2 centre-backs. Agree with that, Ray J737. Guardiola is saturated and cannot bring anything new. He needs a little rest. Don't talk garbage. Bingy Juan Carlo is at the wheel, mate. We'll be back next season. Don't worry, lads. Just one season wonder for Liverpool. I agree with that. Gav, right, Corey. If Cal got sacked at Norwich, God knows all. You stop talking about FIFA. Rodri never replaced Fernandinho. I agree. I mean, Fernandinho's special, let's face it. At the end of the day, he is a special player. Right, moving on to the last thing we're going to talk about, and that's this young kid, Luca Reisch. If that is how you pronounce it, maybe somebody German speaking can clarify my pronunciation of his name. Is it Rieskel or Rascal or Rascal or Reiskel? Well, he's known as the goal machine due to his goal scoring rate at youth level, and it's definitely caught the eye of Man City and Juventus, and they could look to snap him up before he pens professional terms at Salzburg. It's said that City have made it clear that they're interested in Red Bull Salzburg striker Luca Reisch. According to reports, the 16-year-old has impressed in front of goal over the last season, bagging 16 goals in 10 appearances and has a stunning record of 63 goals in 41 academy games in his career. His talent in front of net means he's picked up the name The Goal Machine. City are reported to have taken an interest in Salzburg starlet. According to Italian outlet Calcio Mercato, City have been joined in the hunt for Reisch by Juventus. Both clubs could snap him up on the cheap unless he pens professional terms with Salzburg in the near future. Reisch has already been capped at both under 15 and under 16 level by Austria, bagging 2 in 4 for the under 16s, and he reportedly first emerged on City's radar when he helped Salzburg win the prestigious Istria Youth Cup in October, finishing as top scorer. They beat Arsenal kids 1-0 as they won 3 matches out of 3 en route to the final. Once they got to the final, they thrashed Rangers 4-0 with him on the score sheet. So, yes, it's one of those signings that maybe City buy and speculate for the future, loan him back to Salzburg or send him somewhere else and watch him follow his progress, because he's only a baby. He's got another 3 years or so before looking at him in the bigger picture of maybe bringing him to the Premier League. But yeah, that's Luca Reisch, the goal machine. So anyway, what I'm going to do is just quickly read your last few comments, and then I am going. As I said, it is going to be a quick one today. It's 40 minutes now, so people, please remember we have Zach Steffen out on loan. We don't need to buy a goalkeeper. Yep, we do. Whoops, forgot my caps lock. Don't worry. The only replacement for Ferner is Benisher. I think good tackler, can dribble. Ooh, big jump there. Sorry. It seems to be a bit of a lightning rod right now, but I really rate Rodri. As people see him as bad to me as a lot of people. I don't mind Rodri. I think he needs time, especially playing a defensive role. I do think Fernandinho would be better in that role right now than Rodri, especially seeing the problems seem to be at the back, and then we lose our defensive cover as well. So I definitely think Fernandinho should be playing in the CDM, and Rodri should be learning from him this season. But I definitely give Rodri at least another 12 months. Sergeant Dusseldorf aren't doing great, though. Kamal, the thing with Cancelo is that he isn't even great going forward. He's useless. All banter, guys. We like to have a laugh on the channel. Yeah, of course it is. It's all a bit of banter. Sterling injury could be a blessing for him. It could be. Hello, stranger. Despite what others say, we actually all get on very well and very good mates. We are. Now, Martin should hear what Cal says on Xbox. I don't think he's talking about Cal or you. Did you go to the same school as Andy? No, he didn't, mate. And I am a lot older than Martin. Where's that gone? What a dirty rascal he is. Luca Reisch looks like Calvin Tell. Yeah, in your dreams. No, you won't just become good mates over the last few months, pal. You're just a shit darling. Hello, says Dominus Earth. How are you? Yeah, stop it with you lot. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry, going now, Brian. Love that man, just ask Cal. Not known very long. Haaland is overrated, plays for Dortmund. He's an easy league against carrier bag. Problem is Guardiola tactics. Well, Guardiola's tactics didn't do too bad for the last 2 seasons, did it? Broke every record going. Won what, 7? Got seven trophies in the last few years. Nothing wrong with Guardiola's tactics. There was nought wrong with Guardiola's tactics actually against Spurs. Really, it was down to the players. Hype down, Cal. He's Messi and Ronaldo mixed together and made twice as good. Thanks for the quick blog, Andy. Take care. When's the next podcast? It'll be next week. After the game. Ryan, you sound like a Mahrez fanboy. It's the same every week. We need to sign Ligma. Mahrez fans have nothing on me. Martin is a mate. You're welcome, Martin. The Mahrez fans dream of being a dedicated side. They're far more dedicated than you, mate. But anyway, guys, I'm off. Have a wonderful evening. Just a quick roundup tonight. I've got to crack on with some work. But, guys, we'll be back tomorrow with something. I'm not sure what yet, but we'll be back with something, whether it's a video or a live vlog again. But anyway, thank you for all of your support. It's really, really appreciated. And don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, we just hit another load of subscribers come through today, which is brilliant. And hopefully that will soon click to 11,700. So we're not far off that. And don't forget, give it a thumbs up before you go. Don't forget, keep commenting below. And if you've got suggestions or anything, don't forget, you can contact us. It's mcfcfantv@gmail.com. Send us your suggestions. We're always open to listen. We might not always go with them or have time to do them. But and if you want to come on a podcast, don't forget, you can also contact us. I will put it in there so that you can see if you've forgotten. But if you want to come on a podcast, you're more than welcome to let us know. All you need to do is have access to Skype and be free in somewhere that's quiet. And yeah, you're more than welcome to come on and talk about Man City, talk about City games and things like that. There'll be another podcast after the West Ham game. But me and Martin will be around at the West Ham game. Don't forget, come over and have a chat with us. Say hello, even if you don't want to be on camera. But anyway, go over, check out the score predictions. If you've not listened to the latest podcast, go over and listen to that. It's a good listen to Akio Fernandez, who is who runs the Go and Man City Supports Club, and John, Section 20, who comes on here all the time. Go over and listen to it. It's really interesting listening to what they have got to say. So anyway, guys, what's said, it's good fun. I really enjoyed it. It's just a nice, simple chat. It's like going down to the pub with your mates and having a beer and asking each other questions. So you're more than welcome to come over. Just send us an email and we'll get back to you. But anyway, take care. Have a wonderful evening and we'll see you soon.